Yeah, let's see. Nope, it goes in this one. Usually, it doesn't. Oh, come on. I'm going to take this back off. Because it doesn't want to go in right. And you just want to finger tighten it. This has been broken before, but it's been working fine this last year. Now I'll plug this one back in. Okay, before I ever use it, I always check it with water to make sure that it's going to work. And you don't need to put a lot in. So a little goes a long way. And it's working. And when I use it, I use little circles to go around. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do her face. I'm going to shake it up a little bit more. Make sure the lids are on when you shake it, because if this gets on your clothes, it doesn't come out very easy. About 4 or 5 drops.
4 or 5 drops.
I'm going to do 6 just to make sure. Sometimes it doesn't want to come out of here. That's because that little bead inside there is caught down in here, so you have to shake it back down. Always close them. And I'm going to gently pull back. See how light it comes out? This is my client. The closer I am, the more intense it will be. The further out I go, the bigger area it will do. Not the best, on a paper.
Yeah.
And then you can dump out if there's any left. You don't have to clean it. Okay, now I'm going to do some cheeks. A lot of times people will just do the foundation with airbrush and then do everything else with their other applicators, brushes and applicators. But I'm going to do...
So we don't clean it in between.
You don't have to. All I'm doing is making sure when I go to use it that the color I want is starting to show through. See, the closer I am, I can actually make lines with it. I just put a drop in there and just look how much it gave me. Okay, now for the lips. Come on. See, my ball was down in there. I was a little close. It's not too bad.
It's good.
Okay, so let's say it is clogged. The first I'm going to, before I run any cleaner through it, I am going to run just regular distilled water through it. Actually, I'm just going to dump that out first. And you have to make sure this is rinsed out really good because it will clog very easy. Okay, so let's say it
Because
is.
it was Miss Yvonne, I couldn't hear that.
You have to make sure it gets rinsed out real good, even with distilled water before you put the cleaner in.
I see.
Let's say it's already clogged though, okay? So I'm gonna take this apart. Might need a few more Q-tips. Okay, so this comes apart. This comes off. This comes out. And then you can pull this out. See how much stuff is on there? And then this little thing comes out and that thing comes out. So I'm going to just make sure this is all clean before I put it back in there. When you're doing this, make sure you're in a well-ventilated area because that does not smell good. Okay, so that's clean. Making sure that's clean.
So this has to be clean every time
No.
it's put away?
Not like this, only if it's not working. And if they rinse it out good, you don't have this problem.
With the still water
We use distilled water and then we use the cleaner.
to rinse it out really good in between services.
Yes, as soon as you're done, you need to clean it. And I use a Q-tips to get so I can get down inside of there and clean all that, clean out the edge. And then I also come down to this end, clean that out. You can even take this piece off and clean this little nozzle. That is what this one goes through. So if this was in here, see, you can see where it came out. So I clean both. Just have to be very careful with it. Okay, so now that I've got that, I'm going to put this back on so I don't break that little nozzle here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put this in. Let's see, I think it goes that way. So this goes in first, and my fingers are bigger. I can't manipulate them around very well anymore. So I use my tweezers, turn it sideways, and let it set in there. And then my little lever, it goes in here. And there's a couple of little grooves there for that. Right back there. That's in there, and you got to make sure that's still where you want it. Oops, and it just fell over. And then this slides through here. Come on, get up there. See, that's the problem with it. It doesn't want to stay up there. Oops. You can tell it's been a while since I've done this. And then, let's see here. This. And this. That goes back on. And you only tighten it finger tight. And then this goes on. Other way. Then this. And then we will check it and see if it works. See how much more came out? It is coming out fine. Okay? Now I'm going to run some of this through. And I usually fill it all the way up with this. If we don't use distilled water first, we go through so much of that to try to get it cleaned out. So I would rather lace the distilled water. It's a lot cheaper than the cleaner. Yeah. sure I have it all. And it's done.